as Germany did. AZ from Port Harcourt. Well, we didn't say anything about that. Good evening, presenters. Please tell His Excellency to tamper justice with mercy. The market and stores in my areas are closed. Let him relax the lockdown. Joe from my one. And this person says COVID-19 has shown that Rivers State does not have billionaires in dollars, only audio money. Now they get.
You think?
This person said, come to the east, west, and north, and see how people we get money. They help their own vulnerable people with style and grace. Daniel Gibson, PH. Well, this person said, my area report is that Emo community in Ward 8 in Abua, Odua local government area needs attention in terms of palliative in this period of COVID-19. Government at all levels and NLNG, NDDC, and other multinationals in operating within the area should please do something urgently to help our people. This is coming from Egbunu.
All right. We have more?
No.
Okay, that's all we have. And that's the package of the program today on Area Talk. Bolu, your final words before we wrap up.
Well, to all those doubting Thomas that feel like this whole coronavirus thing is not real, it is real, and we need to all stay home and stay safe at all times. I know everybody's getting tired of talking about coronavirus, but then we will all get over it and everything will be
fine. I'm
fine.
also getting tired of talking about coronavirus. Like, it's everything
tiring.
on the news is just coronavirus. And now the one making me so sad is the $2 per barrel for oil everywhere. I really don't know how we're going to survive that, but I'm sure we will survive it. We always survive things. Like, they would come and go, and we'll still be here, getting better and getting stronger. Thank you so much for doing Area Talk with us. She's Boluwatife Jagade. I am Buchira Fwa. He is Coco Greg. We'll be leaving you in his hands. Rest of your evening, and stay locked on to Today 95.1 FM. Good evening. The news update is up next.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Talk radio.
I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM. Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today 95.1 FM.
Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
very good evening to you. Here's a news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Coco Greg. Chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Boss Mustafa, has apologized over violations that took place during the burial of the late Chief of Staff to the President, Abba Kyari, in Abuja. Mustafa, who is also the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, during the daily briefing by the PTF, says it is regrettable that social distancing was not observed during the burial. He said the Presidential Task Force recognizes, regrettably, the unintentional violation of the principles and protocols that form the core of their message to Nigerians at the funeral of the late Chief of Staff. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has announced plans to establish a task force to man the state borders to ensure that Rivers people are protected from coronavirus. The governor made the announcement when he signed the Executive Order Number 3 of the Rivers State Government at the Government House, Port Harcourt. Governor Wike said the task force will be in place because of the alleged likelihood of sabotage from federal security agencies.
This third executive order is very, very important to us as regards the borders. I suspect that there will be a sabotage by security agencies. And so the need for us to protect ourselves becomes necessary. And that is why we are appointing a force who will man our borders.
The governor insisted that the release of the staff of ExxonMobil was due to the intervention of well-respected Nigerians and not due to the threat by the oil workers to embark on a strike. He said ExxonMobil signed and agreed that they will take back their staff to Eket, where he said was the condition he gave for their release. Governor Wike also announced the arrest of some staff of BOA who violated the law on restriction of movement in some parts of Port Harcourt City local government area of the state. He also said the violators have been arraigned in court and remanded. In the meantime, the Rivers State Governor says the state will employ 3,000 environmental sanitation marshals. The governor said the sanitation marshals will implement the law on the dumping of waste in public places. He assured that his administration is committed to the improvement of sanitation in the state.
That will deal with the matter of summary, whether it is mobile courts or the ordinary magistrate courts. Everybody in our court dropping places in places not designated by government. Obviously, that person has contravened the law and the law will have to take its place. We cannot continue to say that, look, we live like animals. No, we're not animals.
Also speaking, the Attorney General of Rivers State, Professor Zacchaeus Adango, said the two legal instruments signed by the Rivers State Governor help in the fight against coronavirus. He said the quarantine, COVID-19 and other infectious diseases regulations number 2, 2020 stipulates non-custodial sentences for offenders. Adango noted that individuals will be fined 50,000 naira, while corporate organizations will be 1 million naira. The Attorney General said the regulations direct the Chief Judge of Rivers State to assign a judge or magistrate to try offenders. The new Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, Joseph Gobum, has promised to rekindle the hope that the state can be rid of criminals. CP Gobum gave the assurance after assuming duty as the 41st Commissioner of Police in Rivers State. The commissioner was deployed from Airport Command in Lagos to replace the former Commissioner Mustapha Dandaura, who has been redeployed to the force headquarters Abuja as the provost. He hails from Kanke local government area in Plateau State and holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in history from the Ahmadu Bello University. The Imo State government has said news purporting that Governor Hope Uzodinma wants to rename Imo State University Owerri after the late Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, Abba Kyari, is nothing but fake news. Oguwike Nwachukwu, who is the Chief Press Secretary and Media Advisor to Governor Uzodinma, in a statement, accused the Democratic Party, PDP, of peddling the false publication. Nwachukwu said there was no way Uzodinma would have credited his emergence as Imo governor to the late Abba Kyari. The Imo Chief Press Secretary said the statements were fabricated and issued by the PDP. And on the foreign scene, a nationwide strike by nurses in Malawi has paralyzed operations in public hospitals as the southern African country battles the spread of COVID-19. The nurses are complaining about poor work conditions, being overworked, and lacking safety equipment to protect them against coronavirus. Malawi has confirmed 17 cases of the virus. The nurses are also pushing the government to hire more health workers and increase their health insurance allowances. Oil plunged below $1 per barrel as the coronavirus pandemic ravages global economies, threatening to erase an entire decade of demand growth, slashing thousands of jobs and wiping out hundreds of billions of dollars from company valuations. Bloomberg reports that industrial and economic activity is grinding to a halt as governments around the globe extend shutdowns due to the swift spread of the coronavirus. Oil has faced its own knock-off effects with a market massively oversupplied and nowhere to put physical barrels of crude. An unprecedented output deal by OPEC and allied members a week ago to curb supply is proving too little too late in the face of one-third collapse in global demand. Meanwhile, Brent, which is Nigeria's brand of crude oil, is currently selling at around $20 per barrel. And that was the news update on Today 95.1 FM. Do not forget, take responsibility. Wash your hands frequently with soap under running water. Avoid touching your face and high contact surfaces to prevent coronavirus. Good evening. I am Kuku Greg. Up next is the world today. Stay tuned.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
And for country people wey save money for any bank with license for Nigeria, make una no worry about money wey una put for bank for inside this COVID-19 palava. Sake of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC for short, dey protect am. NDIC and other agencies wey e concern don stand gidigba dey monitor all the banks, make money wey you save no go get accidents. We give una assurance say your money dey safe pass for bank, not under bed wey you wan go hide am. The protection of your money na sure thing when you go bank wey get license go keep am. Just check say NDIC get sticker for the bank. And if you been get money where you save for licensed bank wey don close down, you still fit to claim the money o. Na to just go NDIC website for www.ndic.gov.ng. Go fill form to show say na you get the money. Or you fit send email give claims complaint at ndic.gov.ng. For more information, call us free of charge for 0800 6342 4357 or send email give helpdesk at ndic.gov.ng. NDIC, correct protection for your money with the bank.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Have you heard that coronavirus has been confirmed in Nigeria?
My brother, don't panic. The Federal Ministry of Health and Nigeria Center for Disease Control have advised that everyone should do the following to stay safe.
Tell me.
Wash your hands regularly with soap under running water. Use hand sanitizer if there is no water. Cover mouth with bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose the used tissue and wash your hands immediately. Avoid touching eyes, nose, mouth with unwashed hands. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces such as door locks, tables, and chairs.
You don't mean it.
Avoid close contact with sick persons or anybody coughing or sneezing.
Please, Mary, what are the symptoms of coronavirus?
Any person infected with coronavirus can have fever, cough, difficulty in breathing, and shortness of breath.
Don't panic. Coronavirus is preventable. If you have traveled to any country with reported local or community transmission, stay indoors and away from people for 14 days. If you develop any of the symptoms mentioned above, call the Nigeria Center for Disease Control NCDC toll-free line 0800-97000010. Share information about coronavirus only from verified sources like the Federal Ministry of Health, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, and the World Health Organization WHO. This message is from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control NCDC, the Federal Ministry of Health, and partners.
With the dawn of the global pandemic, coronavirus, also known as COVID-19, we have been advised to self-isolate and observe social distancing rules. We at Today 95.1 FM want to tell you that while you self-isolate, it is important that you take this time out to get a skill, improve on your old and existing skills, read a book, listen to educational tapes, work out if you need to, bond with your family. Don't just spread fear and panic, self-isolate and grow. Make this time count for you. This message is brought to you by Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Today 95.1 FM, good morning.
My name is Ifeanyi, I'm calling you. Hello?
Yes, Today 95.1 FM, good morning.
My name is William, I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, William from Port Harcourt, go ahead.
Talk radio.
You have a right to say no, right? All right.
I'm calling from Yenagua.
Okay, thank you so much from Yenagua.
We are the station that needs no introduction. Of course, you know, we give the best in news, sports.
You like football, right?
Entertainment, politics. In fact, call it talk.
Yes, we know there's a lot you want to hear, and that is why we talk about everything.
Talk radio.
We're right before you. It's just a dial away. This is your number one premium talk radio. Today, 95.1 FM. Voice of the people.